All Things Motoring International is owned and brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. Whether you're looking to sell, need advice, need finance, or need insurance, CHANGECARS has you covered. Coming up this week on All Things Motoring International, we head to Hatfield Motor Group and chat to Brad Kaftel about the brand, the man, and the motor trade in general. And Ernest goes to the Killarney Motor Show to check out the show and put on a little show of his own.
As someone who grew up in the 1980s and started in the motor trade in 1991, when I think of motor dealerships of that period, names like Dan Perkins, Arnold Chatts and Pat Hind are names that come to mind. I've always maintained that buyers relate to people and not corporates. Today I'm sitting with Brad Kaftel of the Hatfield Motor Group, a group that I believe takes customer service like no other. Brad, lovely to chat to you.
Hello Mark, good to be here.
Thank you and I appreciate it. The group founded in 1998 by yourself, a short 25 years ago.
That's all.
The first franchise was in Hatfield in Pretoria, a VW dealership.
Yeah.
And what was it that appealed to you about the VW brand at the time?
Well, I'd been in with the VW brand at that stage. When we started looking at this, I'd been with the VW brand for 10 years.
Right.
So, passionately VW at that stage, still am, and we were also with the Audi brand at that stage. It was joint.
Right.
It was under
joined at the hips.
Yeah, under one roof at the time.
Well, when you look at the group today, started off with one dealership in 1998. They're just on 40 dealerships across Gauteng and KZN. That is massive growth in a 25-year period. Where to from here? 40 dealerships. What are the brands within the stable?
There's a few. There's quite a few now. So we were a Volkswagen Audi business for a long time.
Right.
And that's still our primary brands. Profitability-wise, we do very well with Volkswagen and Audi. And then we bought the Fury business 2 years ago. And then we acquired a lot of brands within them, including Ford, Mazda, Haval, Suzuki, Isuzu, Renault. We've got one Renault dealership. Omoda. We've got a Chery dealership now. We're going to be opening a BYD franchise in Johannesburg.
Now, a lot of the manufacturers have said they're going to phase out the ICE engine by 2030. My personal opinion, that's going to be stretched out. It cannot happen.
Yeah, I think the premium brands may. Premium brands, it's smaller volumes, and they may do that. But I think some of the volume brands, I think that may get stretched a little bit because they obviously have to generate their revenue, and they can't just give it up too easily.
Of course.
So I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It'll be different in different parts of the world.
We have got the pleasure of having all the Hatfield motor dealers on the CHANGECARS website. If I say to you, without exception, the feedback we get from the customers is absolutely positive. You are based in Gauteng predominantly and KZN. Is there a look to grow to the other provinces?
If something comes, we're looking at something in the Cape, just one to start. And look, I think if you look at some of the other top groups, they are limited to those 3 provinces.
Correct.
The 3 business hubs. And I think we'd like to grow a little bit in the Cape. I think we've seen with our interest in KZN, it was always a challenge. We bought this Fury business. There were 5 dealerships in KZN. Are we good enough to manage businesses in KZN if we're based in Gauteng? Or can we do it? Yes or no? I think we can.
So we all know about the fuel crisis of 1973 when there was war in the Middle East. But for the petrol price to have gone up 473%, my best calculation has gone like from 20 cents to like R1.10. That was, or a little bit under R1. But it is crazy. What would we give to have a rand-dollar exchange rate of under 2 today? Can you imagine what we'd be doing in this market?
Yeah, we'd be doing really well with that.
Hey?
But yeah, look, I think our rand is depreciated obviously because of the inflation differential between us and our major trading partners. So that hasn't made us poorer, actually, because inflation has balanced that. But
very interesting take, and that is true.
But we have the rand is depreciated by more than that.
What kind of business do you do outside of the two provinces you operate? So, do you have a lot of clients from the Western Cape buying from you in Joburg?
No, I don't think necessarily from that far away, but you do get a lot of clients from the surrounding provinces coming to buy.
So Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Free State,
Northwest, yes. It's close. You know, for someone to get in their car in Polokwane, 2.5 hours later, they're at your Hatfield dealer in Pretoria.
So Brad, you've seen I'm a fan of the brand. If I asked you to share with our viewers a simple sum up of what Hatfield Motor Group stands for, what would it be?
I think primary we stand for customer service. I mean that's who we are. I can't say that, you know, every single customer interaction at every single dealership
You're human.
is going to be 100% perfect. There will be customers that are not happy for whatever reason. It could be a product related. It could be anything for that matter. But we have to just continue working at that. And I would say if you had to say, well, rate yourself, I'd say we're probably in the 90s in terms of service delivery, but we're not at 100, and we have to just keep trying to get better.
Brad, your positivity shines through. You have built up a brand. You've seen us sing your praises. I will continue to sing the praises of Hatfield Motor Group, and I will continue to sing the praises of this incredible motor group. To you and your team, may you go from strength to strength.
Thank you,
Thank you for the
Michael.
opportunity to spend time with you today.
Pleasure. Anytime. Thanks very much.
Coming up after the break, Ernest heads to Killarney Motor Show in Cape Town and spots some of his favorite types of cars and car fanatics.
Are you familiar with the gear shift?
You mean the Prindle?
The what?
The Prindle.
Are you referring to the shift lever that says PRNDL?
I meant a child's Mosby. I know how to spell Prindle.
It is not something you spell. It is a gear shift. The letters stand for park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low.
You're making me nervous with all this technical talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't we just relax? We'll turn on the radio. Would you like am or film?
Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab.
It's the morning of the Cape Town Motor Show, and this is the event that Cape Townians have been looking forward to all year. Think of it like cars in the park, but with a whole bunch of different cars, just like cars in the park. But there is also an action component that I'm going to show you guys in a moment. Don't tell Mike, but I need to go drive my car later. So I'm going to take you guys around the Killarney Motor Show and show you some of my favorite cars, some interesting cars, and chat to some interesting people. Let's go. The South African flag flies over the World Cup win. More flags are flying here at Killarney Raceway because this is the Mustang section. And now there are many sections around here. This one caught my eye. I'm standing here with Shane. Shane, you've got a Mark 1 Mustang, the original Mark 1, not the new fake Mark 1. Tell me about this one. Why is this one so special? Why do people talk about it?
Look, this is basically the 71, and it's a tail end of the muscle era. So
Before the fuel crisis kicked in.
fuel crisis hit America. So it's 71, 72, 73, and then they stopped making it. This is what I always wanted. I had a Ford Capri, which was a European version of this one.
100%. What is the driving experience like in a car like this? Let's close with that, because I think, yes, for some of us, we like looking at it, but you always wanted to drive one.
Yeah, I always wanted. Look, it doesn't give you a drive of a new car, but just to sit in it and with that throbbing V8 under you, what more can you ask for? And I do all my maintenance myself, so that's part of the hobby.
A throbbing V8 on a Sunday morning drive in Cape Town. What more can you ask for? I'm gonna go find some more of those cars, but maybe not throbbing V8s. Maybe let's go find 4 cylinders next. just doing this to troll Mike, because we know Mike doesn't like 200 SXs, but I love 200 SXs. In fact, I've driven this one here before, and I think I might have even driven that yellow one at the back there. I'm gonna take some time off of work and admire these cars, because this is my idea of a car. I'm standing here with Fakhri, and if there's one thing Cape Townians love, it's Hondas, Fakhri, huh? We're standing around a whole bunch of Hondas here. But the thing that I want to get across to people out there is that why do we customize our cars? Fakhri, it's about the details, it's about the things that you like, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you as a person. I mean, like they say, every car is like a symbol to the owner. Each car is totally different. And to me, it's the small things that makes a big difference and makes you look, and you are very, how can I say, interested in it.
So Fakhri, what about this car makes this your car?
Like I say, I'm one of the only guys that goes into the kanjo scene. This is the kanjo look. I went on the kanjo look like they do in Tokyo, Japan. Because of that, that's how they know me, so to say. I mean, you will see my car on this YouTube channel, on that photo, on that guy's page, and they will know it's my car. I mean, I can I can go nowhere, and I will get a message. I see you here. I see you there. I mean, it's those little small things that make you unique to your car.
Yes. So you've got a B20 in here. Car's got a half cage in the back. You've got short shifter, custom switches, custom buttons, custom steering wheel, CRX seats. The list goes on. What's next for this car?
I mean, to be honest now, I'm in the car scene for well over 8 years. I came to that point in my life where I realized I am going to keep the car as is.
You want the SUV?
Nah, I'm thinking business-wise.
Okay.
I'm thinking business-wise forward now. So I'm not going to be putting any modifications in, but what I will do, you have to keep the car on that level.
Fakhri, we wish you all the luck with your business and your future ventures. My man, nice chatting to you.
Thank you, Ernest.
Hope to see you on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, Fakhri, B20 on. If there's one thing Cape Townians like, including this guy, it's a fast bakkie. And there are not many bakkies that are faster than the one behind me. This 9-second bakkie belonging to Sergio Hendricks over here. Sergio, you've been off the scene for 3 years. I haven't seen you for literally more than 3 years. Now you're back and better than ever. What's done to the bakkie? What's changed? What's new? Tell us a bit about the bakkie.
I resprayed the whole bakkie from over, stroked the motor. So it's a 5.8 GE, coupled with a Liberty 5-speed transmission. And a strange complete setup at the back with a strange front to back brakes as well.
So you got the 9-inch diff going on here, you got the import look. The engine is lower down, the interior, there's a cage in there, you guys managed to fit a cage in there, the gear lever's cool. I mean, this is proper stuff now, we're not messing around anymore. So the car did a 9.3 the other day, the conditions were not perfect. What are we aiming for the rest of the season?
The goal is actually to get into the 8s, but eventually I'm going to get into the 7s again.
Watch out for that 7-second bakkie in process. We really do like bakkies in Cape Town. What kind of guy or girl are you? Are you a Supra guy or GTR girl? Always a tough choice, but here at the Motor Show, you can just feast your eyes. You don't have to choose this one, that one. Which one are you taking? How low do you want your car? 2 fingers, 1 finger, 0 fingers. That's pretty low. How's that? Trying to work here, please, man? You know what, now I'm gonna interview you then.
You're trying to work.
Yeah.
Work up to it.
This is working. Okay, how you doing? Okay. Let's talk, how you doing?
I'm good,
Yeah?
I'm very good.
What cars you got on display here today?
So we've got 4 cars out with Rallycross. We've got the Pilbeam Judd with Ravenol, and we've got another 2 or 3 out with the Sportster GT. So another Pilbeam, we've got the Ginetta out there.
Nice.
Got a few out.
How do you bridge the gap between all those different types of cars? You work on Formula 1 cars, Rallycross cars, Le Mans type cars. How do you bridge the gap?
You apply the same logic and attention to detail with all of them, then they're all going to be a success. Like I say to customers, it costs the same to make a bracket for a Mini as it does for a Ferrari. Makes no difference.
This over here is called the low drag E-Type, and it was built for Jaguar to try and win the Le Mans in the early 60s. It takes the already silky smooth E-Type and makes it even smoother. This one over here has been retrofitted with a new gearbox, so it drives like a modern car as well. My kind of E-Type. In the old days, motorsport sponsorship was run by the cigarette companies and many other established premium brands. Some of them were a little bit more questionable than others. If you don't know the name, do not Google it. Ask a friend.
Coming up after the break, Ernest interviews some more locals and takes a few people for a spin in his rallycross car. Did you know? The 1960 Cape Grand Prix was a motor race was run to Formula Libre rules, held on the 17th of December 1960 at Killarney International Raceway in Cape Town, South Africa. The race was run over 72 laps of the circuit and was won by the British driver Stirling Moss in a Porsche 718 RS. Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab.
I'm standing here with Dion and Liam, and they are in fact fans of the show. But I'm a fan of this car. Dion, R33 V-Spec GTR.
I've got the car now for 7 years.
Yeah. It's an amazing car. It's a legendary car. Surely you're going to keep this thing forever.
I would like to, but it's expensive to run it. It's very expensive to run it.
How so? Because Nissan made the heritage parts available now. But you're not going to find a second-hand water pump for this thing, eh?
No, you won't get it. You have to import it.
So then it's going to become a collector's item, and then what that means is that young Liam over here is going to get the car eventually, hopefully. Liam, I see you wearing a whole bunch of GTR models on your t-shirt over here. Which one's your favorite?
The R34.
You like the R34? That's technically my favorite as well. But anything with an R in front of it is my favorite. One day, are you going to have one as well, do you think?
Yes, hopefully.
Nice, ladies and gentlemen, two collectors, one already starting his collection and one maybe starting one in the future. Let's find out. It's been a long season, but myself and Emil, my teammate in the crisp BMW, we've been racing all year in the rallycross, and you can see I'm wearing my crisp t-shirt. Yeah, I see you wearing your one too. But the other thing we've been doing on the side, and remember I mentioned Cape Townians love bakkies. We've been building this bakkie, Emil. It's been a long year, but the handover process is finally here. The bakkie's almost done. Tell us a bit more about this vehicle.
It's been a long journey. It's been over a year and a half building this bakkie. It's a V8 now, and we're pretty stoked.
I think it's time to enjoy the vehicle. Let's start from the beginning. It started off as a delivery vehicle within the company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Delivering radiators for Crisp, no less. And then eventually we got a spray job done, we got the engine done, gearbox done, exhaust. The list goes on and on. But the one thing that we can both take away from this, building a project car ain't easy.
It's very challenging. Lots of hiccups. It never goes as planned. We've done quite a lot of work. 19-inch wheels, full Rockford fastgate system, Ricardo seats. So we've done quite a lot of work, and a custom paint job, custom color that wasn't, exactly off the shelf.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're happy to hand this bakkie over and then move on to the next thing.
That's exactly what this bakkie was about. It was building a cruiser that you can comfortably cruise around. V8 looks good. It had to look the part. And I think that has been mission accomplished. Emil and the guys at Crisp, enjoy the vehicle, and we'll see you guys in the new year. Brian, this racing takes up a lot of time and effort. Why do we do this?
Mainly for the family, the racing family, and the fun. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. The wife races as well. She does the old tar. I do the rallycross. So yeah, just for the fun of it. Actually, that's all it goes about.
I heard rumors that you're selling your car, but then other rumors resurfaced. What's the plan for next year?
The car was in the market yesterday afternoon, but was taken off within the hour. Gonna revamp and start new for the next season.
that's my day done for the day, at least walking around. I'm gonna jump into my car now and go for a little spin. As you can see, she's still looking a bit worse for wear. We haven't touched it since the last event, but all this engine noise is making me want to drive. So I think it's time to go drive. Enjoy the rest of the show.
To quote Mike verbatim, Ernest presents like a pro and drives like a legend. Coming up next week on All Things Motoring International, Mike and Gugu try out what Mike calls surfing for lazy dudes, the latest electric surfing craze. And Gugu attends the Cobra Club of South Africa's concourse event and makes his debut as a judge, no less. This is a show that will definitely make you smile.
Are you getting the flag in the background? As the South African flag... How low do you... Ooh. Do it like that. This car over here is called the Streamline. And I've got someone over there trying to distract me, but I'm a professional. Okay, let's try that again. This over here is called the...
Change direction, you're going to go into the donut, there's the donut, the little donut, getting the wrong wheel right next to the pipe. We're going to change direction again. Now we're going to come all the way to half we'll get to the finish off.
Do you need any motoring advice? From where or what to buy and where to sell? Visit the All Things Motoring International website and click the Advice tab to ask Mikey. All Things Motoring International was brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. There is no safer online vehicle platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.